Okay, so, a lot of people in my neighborhood really enjoyed the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. I know opinions are subjective, but someone apparently thought that I was weird for not liking it. So allow me to fully explain why this holiday special is just so dumb. I never wanted to watch it. My brother was just watching it in the room and I was just like, why not? Turns out, because you'll waste your life on it. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that are like, wow, LEGO Star Wars has never done this before. Yeah, you want to know why they never did it before? Because it was just a terrible idea. Okay, it's time to explain why this short shouldn't exist.
Destroyed, the First Order was. Eliminated were the Sith. Across the galaxy, peace had spread.
Okay, so right off the bat, this short is reminding us of the Rise of Skywalker and how it supposedly ended the Skywalker saga. Except, it didn't. Otherwise, this short wouldn't exist. Okay, Disney, do you want to end the Skywalker saga or not? Okay, so apparently, now that the bad guys are dead, everyone can finally celebrate Life Day. What? Why couldn't you celebrate it before? And why has no one ever mentioned it if it was so important to them? Also, Yoda is saying that the Jedi made a holiday to celebrate friends, family, and connection. No. The very thing Jedi actively try to avoid getting themselves into to avoid loss. I think I know where this is going, but apparently, Disney doesn't. And apparently, for Rey and Finn, the celebration would have to wait because Rey is training Finn to be a Jedi. Because in this day and age, anyone can be a Jedi.
It's alright, Finn. I believe in you. Just concentrate.
It's kind of hard with them, looking at me.
They really take any opportunity to make us give the sequels another chance now, don't they? Okay, so Rey is struggling to train Finn. Maybe that wouldn't be a problem if you were actually trained to be a Jedi and didn't have that position handed down to you on a silver platter. Maybe if you went by the logic of George Lucas, you wouldn't be having this problem. Wait, hold on. Didn't Yoda burn the Jedi texts? How does Rey have access to them?
New path gave me a splitter.
What am I doing wrong?
Lightsabers down, you two. We've got a Life Day party to set up. Chewie's entire family is coming. And if there's one thing Wookiees love, it's ripping arms off things, but...
Hey, remember arm ripping? Remember when Han Solo mentioned that happening precisely one time in A New Hope? Don't you want to watch A New Hope right now? Okay, so Rey tells her friends, which is something a Jedi should not have, that she needs to go to an inexplicable planet with the time stone on it. And her friends, which is something a Jedi should not have, are disappointed because it's not a recipe for something that I already forget. Wow, that's so riveting!
You leaving too, buddy?
Don't leave. He left. I miss my friend.
Yeah, already miss him too.
Bruh, he hasn't even left the Falcon yet and you already miss him? What? Okay, so apparently Poe has a plan. He's gonna put up the biggest Life Day party in the history of the galaxy. That's your plan? That's a plan? Well, considering that there are literally no other Life Day parties in the history of existence, that shouldn't be too hard, now should it?
Right, wait! You're not leaving because of me, are you?
No, Finn. Because of me.
I know I can become a Jedi!
Wait. Well, apparently, when Finn was about to fall in the quicksand on that Tatooine Shaku ripoff, he was gonna tell Rey that he can use the Force. And he never does. And they never mention it ever again. Maybe if you get out of the clouds, you can actually find it. Sorry, I just can't get enough of Ray's noises. Wait, how is a modern droid compatible with an old ship? How does that work?
You can say that again.
Ha 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 ha! What a hilarious joke! Ha ha! Okay, so they go in the temple, and in the temple they find the time stone, which is being held together by duct tape. Man, that really establishes that this artifact is very special. And then they go to the swamp. And they find Master Yoda training Luke.
That's Master Luke. And that must be Yoda. Somehow we're on Dagobah.
Dagobah? What kind of a word is that? Okay, I just came back from Jaden's second Nuzlocke video, so skip to this time frame to avoid spoilers. But oh my gosh, that was such a satisfying conclusion or whatever to this saga. And man, the ending was just so emotional. The whole thing about not deserving what you get, and like imposter syndrome, and the thought of another reality being darker than the one you're in now. That almost brought me to tears. Oh my gosh. The reason I'm mentioning this in the middle of this video is because the product of some YouTuber with a drawing tablet is way more emotional than the product of a multi-million-dollar company.
Ironic.
So instead of Luke Skywalker worrying about his friends being captured by Darth Vader, he's worried about the blood rushing to his head. Great continuity there, Disney! And Rey is so focused on the Jedi wisdom stuff that she doesn't notice the tentacle about to attack BB-8. Isn't she a Jedi? Even if she didn't notice the very obvious tentacle, wouldn't the Force warn her? Does Disney actually like Star Wars? Okay, so Rey realizes that in order to train Finn, she has to go to one lesson from every Jedi Master and Apprentice relationship in the canon. I'm pretty sure it would take a lot more than that. Also, something I just realized. Did Rey and Finn really expect to get it down immediately? Are they that impatient? Also, one time, Qui-Gon says this. And Rey definitely does not apply this message or even considers it.
Kenobi training Anakin Skywalker. No, they didn't see me.
Disney really paid attention to the meme community, didn't they? I'm not gonna even waste my breath to explain why I hate this part so much. Also, I'm watching this on a YouTube video and the person keeps randomly zooming in to supposedly avoid copyright. There should be other unannoying ways to do that.
You're welcome.
We just saw Luke Skywalker blow up the Death Star. No, wait! Technically, we helped Luke Skywalker.
You just repeated what Obi-Wan said, that's all.
An apprentice. So cool! Best birthday ever!
Only life day ever, dingus boy.
Full thrust, 3PO.
What are you doing?
Engine thruster roasting. Cooked super fast.
His reaction time can be measured by a calendar. Okay, so Rey promises BB-8 to only go to one more master and apprentice. And then they end up at the Death Star. Why? I thought this time stone was supposed to help them.
See for eternity. I sense you disagree, Lord Vader.
No, it's just Death Star 2 feels kind of derivative.
And I suppose you have a better name?
How about Star Killer Base?
No, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard.
Looks like Palpatine gets that the sequel trilogy sucks.
Anywho, not sure you remembered, but it's Life Day.
Sith celebrate a Jedi holiday? Huh?
I I got you something you're really gonna like.
Ooh, gimme. Galaxy's best emperor. Of course I'm the galaxy's best emperor. I'm the galaxy's only emperor.
Sounds like me talking about Life Day parties. Okay, so Palpy sends Annie to go get the time stone, and then Ray tries to get away, which leads to a sequence of events where they go throughout basically the Star Wars timeline, and they accidentally abduct people from each of the eras. Boy, do I love capitalism!
So cute.
That joke would have worked if the timing wasn't so horrible. So Disney does know the meme community. Except it doesn't have any context or meaning. It's just there for commercialism.
Traffic duty. The worst. Hey, I just thought that exact thing. Sometimes it feels like we're the same person.
Do you have a lower IQ than the battle droids you're fighting against? Weren't you manufactured to be smarter than this?
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Also, why are the pod racers still racing? They're out of the race. What's the point of racing anymore? Nice try, but no amount of nostalgia bait's gonna make me watch that. So then everybody just lands in front of Luke Skywalker. They all teleported to the scene that basically caused the rest of the Star Wars saga to exist in the first place. Yeah, that makes sense. But then they stop making sense and they all inexplicably start fighting each other. Like, they all collectively know who's the good guys and who's the bad guys in the situation. Even though they're from different timelines and have different motivations. How does that work? Okay, I can't really see anything because Vampirina is blocking the way because this is a two-parter on YouTube. But it seems like Darth Vader destroys BB-8, takes the time stone, and they fail. Okay, now that I'm done with the first part, I don't need to worry about it ever again.
Worst life day ever.
Only life day ever. Okay, so Palpatine gets the time stone, and then he has the brilliant idea to coincidentally go 30 years into the future where they meet Ben Swallow.
We've prepared the shirts. I mean, ships to head to the factual locations. Platoon locations across the midriff. Rim for the Navy.
Okay, so Ben Swallow gets united with his grandpa Darth Vader, he's been obsessively fanboying over for years. And then Palpatine wants to know if he's still the ruler of the galaxy or the ruler of anything. And then Kylo Ren is like,
have we got a show for you?
You think maybe you could put a shirt on before you tell it?
why the heck are you so salty against his luscious abs?
And who are you?
Me? Oh, just the Jedi Master who let Darth Vader on the loose to who knows where or when.
Yeah, I'm only a moisture farmer. I have no idea what a Darth Vader is.
Yeah, you do. You knew about the Empire before you were trained.
It's not that I like the Empire, I hate it, but there's nothing I can do about it right now.
The inconsistencies just continue to pile up, don't they?
Now, if you got questions about Vaporators, I'm your guy.
Oh, poor BB-8.
Maybe I can help. Hand me that head plate. Oh, it was nothing. Whoa! I've never seen a droid move like that.
How did you not notice him move until just now? Hey! Do you guys remember when you saw BB-8 and were like, okay, this is ridiculous? Well, actually, this is what you were supposed to say.
So cute.
Yeah, same goes for Kylo Ren's lightsaber. This is what you were supposed to say.
A kid?
Ooh, crackly cross guards. May I? Way more impressive than his.
Why can't you guys just shove money down our throats for once?
Oh, that's original.
No one asked you.
See, Vader gets it.
Bored Chewbacca's family was.
What's with the smiles? Enjoying the biggest intergalactic disaster since Jar Jar Binks' Senate speech?
Actually, technically it was the droidekas that stopped Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan from negotiating that started all this, if you really think about it. Okay, so apparently, the Life Day party isn't looking so great after all. But, like, it's still the best one. Because, and I totally haven't been saying this for, like, the entirety of this review, but, like, this is the only Life Day party that has ever and will ever exist. But to fix everything, they invite Max Rebo to play some music. But then out of nowhere, Lando shows up. His appearance in Disney Star Wars has always been so random.
That's a wrap! This is one of my favorites. Hope it's one of yours.
Joe Blasto, Mulira. Otapan Wayataka.
In the original Hachi. Cool.
Joe Blasto.
This is actually the worst singing ever since. It was so agonizing that I made a noise that woke up the entire rest of my family. Thanks for that, Disney. Okay, so back to the main plot. Palpy is really enjoying his new apprentice. I love how he likes the name Starkiller Base coming from Kylo Ren, even though he hated it coming from Darth Vader. That's like the only funny joke from this entire short. And then Palpatine sends Darth Vader to go get Luke Skywalker, but then Kylo Ren tells him that that's exactly what made Darth Vader betray him in the first place, which led to him getting yeeted down a reactor core to fall to his death. Look at that. Look. See that? He's currently dead. You can't dig up his corpse, Disney. Okay, so Rey is sad that she failed. She's just moping because she failed. But then, out of nowhere, Ghost Yoda shows up.
With all you've seen today, so impossible to believe, is it?
Man, chill, Yoda. I get you're disappointed, but, like, you don't have to be this mean about it. Okay, so Yoda shows Rey visions that make her show her mistake to her.
You sure I'm ready to become a Jedi?
Hand me the lightsaber.
Guess not.
Oh no. Instead of helping Finn, I hurt his feelings.
Oh, really? Wow, I never could have guessed that without you blatantly saying it.
So focused on the books you were. The most important thing you forgot. Knowledge and training a Jedi needs, yes. But useless these are without connection. What do you see?
Jedi Masters and their students.
Students, yes. But also
Friends.
Why are they so hell-bent on contradicting everything that came before it?
And the Emperor.
showed you all you need to know. I did. The power all along you had.
The power all along. All backwards.
Had the power all along.
Wow, I never could have guessed that.
Luke, thank you.
For what?
For teaching me something.
Okay, so I guess blatantly repeating what someone else said is teaching. That's cool. Okay, so then Rey uses the Force to turn on a bunch of Life Day lights, and then once that is all over, they all just spin in a circle, and then they create a portal to the Death Star. Yes, that's really what happens. And then they all get in a horribly choreographed fight scene. Just watch this.
This just got interesting.
What did you mean by destroy Vader 2?
no time to explain. We need to stop.
Stop everyone in a black cape. I know the drill.
Did you look at yourself? You are in a black cape too, dingus boy. Also, how does Kylo Ren hold his own against Luke Skywalker? It's Luke Skywalker.
I always hated you. Kid, I've never seen you before in my life.
Hey, remember that line from Endgame? Remember Endgame? Don't you want to watch Endgame right now? Okay, so Rey gets the time stone through the power of nostalgia bait. And then she banishes Kylo Ren to the future.
Throwing me in the reactor! I didn't! Not yet! Never exactly! You are most impressive. Perhaps you'd like to join me as my new apprentice.
As Palpatine learned nothing, of course she's not gonna want to join you. Okay, so then Palpatine gets yeeted down the reactor core surprisingly, and then he catches the mug and he doesn't want to be evil anymore. Yes, that's really what happens. And then Finn gets to cut the tip-yip with a lightsaber, which means he's ready to be a Jedi now. Yes, that's really what happens. And then it starts to snow through the ceiling, and then everybody goes outside to see it covered in snow. Even though it literally just started snowing. Okay, so after the message of the film is blatantly narrated to us, it cuts to out of the book, and Yoda is still alive? What? Does this mean that everything that came before is entirely uncanon? Okay, that just might be me overanalyzing it, but it kind of feels like it. Okay, now that the last part is done, I don't have to worry about this short ever again for the rest of my life. Okay, to wrap everything up, this is definitely the worst piece of Star Wars media ever. Not by a landslide, but it is definitely the worst one. I give it a 3 out of 10. However, this is definitely something that kids can enjoy. Kids can enjoy whatever they enjoy about anything without having to worry about boring adult stuff like pacing, execution of jokes and messages, or continuity errors. And now to conclude this video in the most logical way possible. Showing all the memeable images I progressively earned and you all ranking them for me.
Snuffle a little music, can't help. Rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls poking my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Said seagulls gonna come, put me in the coconut nut, and they did, and me going like, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attacked me. When I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing.